Hola, buenos datas. Sorry, I've been a bit late right now, but I understand communication line signals and getting everything ready through the 5 activation code systems, through our transmission light systems. Very powerful stuff that's going on right now through transmissions. High winding its forces right now, going through solar divisions, understanding light communication, light signals, getting everything ready through the behavioral systems, everything through galaxies, universal systems, setting its divisions, everything through body simulator, mind simulator is going through its pattern divisions, communication line signals. Right now, we're getting into what we call a platform. The platform is understanding where you're going and have you decided on what you want. These things are very important. So now you have to go through reflections of your past. Basically, see yourself and know how things can change. What can you do different to make things change? So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody that's going through this fantastic force that's going on right now. You guys are incredible souls through light communications. It's amazing what's going to happen through your transmission light systems. The fifth dimension activation code is going to go through force recognitions, everything through alignment vibration systems. So other than that, hope you guys are praying and keeping informed with yourself and just generalizing everything that's going on right now. Really, really taking it in, like really taking it in and understand how to communicate within, how to use the energetic waving hearts, how to change your mind system, how to change your heart system, and how to change everything through the soul of its recognition systems. So let's get started, shall we? We'll use some green cycling systems right now through electronic interference, so you guys get a better understanding. So what I like to do is basically, what it is understanding, here's a mirror, and you're looking inside the mirror. Okay. Now this is the past. Okay, and this is the present. And here's the future. Okay, so you got the past, present, and future. Now, when you're looking in the past, you got to say, okay, how do I get rid of all my timelines? What do I do? How do I get my balance? What am I reframing from? How do I bring myself forward? How do I change my heart? How do I change my mind? How do I change my soul? So you're recognizing everything that's going on through its past, right? And you want to live in its presence, the here and now. Okay, so we start off with that, right? Okay, that's the mirror. That's you in the past coming into the present, right? So once you get through the past, now you're force recognizing everything. Okay, so let's just say you're vortexing. Okay, you're going to vortex. Very powerful stuff. Your communication line signals through your mind system. Okay, you have to understand the energy waving patterns through electronic interference. It connects in all ways and forms how you can go through vortex divisions. Very powerful stuff. Okay, so basically, you went from the past, you're letting go of everything through old timelines. Get rid of those old timelines and live in the present moment. Know that you can change yourself and how to make yourself better and how to make yourself feel better. So you've gotten rid of the past, now you're going into the present, right? But you're still looking at that mirror. Okay, that mirror is you're still looking at that mirror. Now, every time you look at that mirror, you're changing waving cycles every single time, okay? You're changing energy paths every single time. You're changing your karma wheel every single time, okay? Now, you don't get off that karma wheel until you understand the past and understand the presence of where you are, the here and now, living its presence, not its past. You have to let go of old timelines. Then you can see the future, right? So when you get into the future, your force recognition systems is now the higher self. Okay? That's the future, right? So you went from the past to let go of all timelines to the present, okay, which is the here and now, into the future. The future is the higher self. Okay? Higher self. Okay? That's what you want. You want the higher self. Once you get the higher self, you are now living in the presence. Okay? The present time. Because that force recognizes everything when it comes to its past. So that mirror will now disappear. Okay, because you are in its presence. Okay, now once it disappears, the circulation rotation system is now in the simulation. Because remember I said when you're in the simulation, everything reappears and then disappears, and then you have communication line signals through all systems. So that's you're in the simulation now through the future. Okay? That mirror is no longer there. Okay? But it's still there in the mind, which means that it's in its simulation world system. Because now you're living the presence into the future. So you want to stay within the presence, okay? Because when you travel, you're in the future. Okay? That's what timelines are. So you can go into the future and come back into the presence of the human vessel. But the past is gone, right? So when the past is gone, your body system, a three-dimensional system, disappears and it comes into the five-dimensional, the 5 gamma ray. So now you're just living the present to its future. Okay? But the simulation is still there, right? And now when you're in the simulation, everything around you through its cycles, it centers every single time, and it force recognizes everything through communication. Okay? It's extremely powerful stuff. All right, so it starts off like that in its presence. That's the energy field. Okay? Through its simulation. Now, when you get into the simulation, you're in the mind system. Okay, communicating with the higher self. Okay, when you're communicating with the higher self, the mind automatically goes into the computer operating system, okay, of the higher self. Okay? It's better I do it in red because it's hard to see, you know? That's what it is. Okay? So it's understanding that you're going through a simulation into the cycle divisions, okay, through the mind system. The mind system is going into the future of its higher self. It's flying around, right? But you're still living the presence, no longer the past, and you're going into the future, right? Angie, how's it going? You're setting your divisions now? Everything is all about platform and understanding your recognitions when it comes to everything that you see. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, what are you seeing? Do you see something good or do you see something bad? Or do you see something that has to be changed? Everything is accountable, okay? You have to understand its reference when you see yourself. And if you can actually see yourself through your higher self in the mirror, that's fantastic. Because a lot of people say, and I had one question to him that was given to me a way long time ago. He said, well, what's happening, Andrew? My face is shifting back and forth. It's going in different dimensions. What is that? It's changing. And I said, don't worry about it. That's just your identity force system through illumination light systems of your higher self communicating with you through different dimensions. Okay? Because basically, it all it is everything you understand when you get into the higher self. It's all psychological through communication. So if you're looking in the mirror, you're seeing a reflection of you, which is the higher self that comes out, right? It's all about focus. It's all about understanding your power and where you get your power. Your power comes from your higher self, but you got to live the presence and you have to know the future. Once you know the future, all communication line signals come into balance, okay? So that mirror image is always you of the higher self, okay? And then that mirror disappears because you're no longer in the past. You're living the presence to its future, right? Of its circles and its cycles through its electronic interference, okay? It goes extremely fast, right? Anything through communication goes fast, but you have to understand its divisions through low, medium, and high. And that's how we connect in all realms, through space and time, right? So if you get a true understanding of that, yeah, exactly. You will get there and you will believe, right? Believe it can be done. I am now communicating with the higher self. I understand myself more. It took me a while, okay? Anything through a doubting system, you're still communicating with the brain, okay? Anything that force recognizes everything through its past, present, and future, knowing its mistakes, is its communication of its higher self. Because the higher self communicates in all levels of knowing and doing. all right? Because it's forcing everything through its continuous force, and that's where you get its power. It doesn't think about its past. It only lives its presence, okay? So if you're still living the past and you can't get rid of old timelines, you're still connecting with the human brain, okay? Plain and simple, right? So keep doing it. It's an experiment. Keep looking in the mirror and try to analyze everything that you're seeing, okay? Or you can go a graphene wall system, okay? Depending on where it is through its dimension, you'll check it out with electronic interference, because everything through scanning modes is its connection. So if you look at the wall, right, and just stare at the wall and actually see your higher self come out, you have to focus first. You have to see beyond the mind, because the mind is everything, okay? It's an architect system that's connected through all realms of dimensions. They call it the collective, right? That's what it is, supreme creator. That's the connection to its computer of its program system. That's the connection to all human vibration systems. And that's how we connect on all realms of definition program systems when it comes to planet's energy and communication levels of intelligence. It's extremely powerful stuff once you understand, okay, mind over matter, the power of mind over matter, the continuous force of mind over matter, okay? Everything is mind over matter, okay? Now, matter in the sense, like I said, when you get into the seventh division, then you understand communication levels with the crown chakra. But when you get into the sixth, now you're communicating through the mortal, right? It's all understanding how to master each chakra system that you go through the new chakra system of its body simulator, right? But one thing's first, let's start off with what's happening with the mirror resolution of you, understanding how to get the higher self of you fully and completely, okay? Because that will platform everything through division through your balanced frequency systems, okay? That will show you exactly, wow, I have a voice and grid of a higher self. Wow, I understand electronic interference. Wow, I understand my perceptions. I understand my mind. I know how to adapt to it. I know how to bring myself forward. I understand the relation with myself. I understand partnership with my higher self. That's what it's all about, okay? So now's the time, okay, for everybody to look at the reflection of themselves and see if you actually have gotten better. That's what the whole point is, okay? Because we are density levels, and we want to rise your density levels to illumination light systems. Once you get into that illumination light, okay, you understand more communication levels when it comes to your higher self. So it's a true understanding of who you are. Okay, I've said this before, because when I went through transformation meditation, I was telling you how I went from human, okay, to superhuman to higher self. And like I said, I know how everybody's feeling. They're feeling inadequate. They're feeling, unsafe. They're feeling misunderstood, miscommunicated, not sure what's going on. That's totally fine, okay? Because once you understand your vibration signals, you understand your energy fields, you understand everything through its communication. But it's knowing that when everybody gets into the fifth activation code system, they're going to understand their higher self. So one higher self will understand their higher self, because you're all communicated, but you're on different levels of dimensions when it comes to vibrations and its frequency levels of energy. Okay? So that's what it all is. Okay? That's what it consumes to. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm back. So really try to Prosperg this, I say Prosperg in Space Continuum, and they always say be Prosperg. That means like good luck, or, hope to see you again. Have a nice evolution to continuous force vibration systems. Everything in space and time has its own multi-language communication level signals. But the one thing we got to start with is how to get formulated, how to get balanced with the higher self. Higher self is number one, okay? So you have to understand your platform divisions through your voicing grids, okay? Because everything will get to its balance through its alignments. And it's extremely powerful stuff once you understand the inner of your thoughts, the inner of its mind and its inner of its soul. Now, everything I give you is a backphrasing video, but I always connect through the mind, the heart, and the soul. Okay, because that's the answering to everything through your meditations, you're waking up. Okay, now you're waking up and you don't feel good. I say, okay, that's fine. Don't think about it, of why you're not feeling well. Knowing how you can change your habits, knowing how you can change your doings, knowing how you can change your thinking. Okay, knowing that you're already there with its answer of its equation. Okay, don't think of thinking, think of knowing, because knowing is doing, and doing is mastering, and mastering is programming, and programming is high interforce connections when it comes to high illumination light systems. Because now you're aligning yourself every single day through balance, through the communications of your higher self. Okay. Now this channel resides more on the higher self today because it's a reflection of a newer self, which is you. It's an identity force of you, which is a higher self of you. Okay. Because the higher self has nothing but love and light. It loves everything around. That's what the higher self is. So you have to channel your divisions. You have to understand what's going on through your proactive systems. Okay. Anything that you don't understand, please come to me. Okay, because there's a lot of things I high force connections through. I communicate in so many levels of multi connections through multi languages. It's unbelievable. Like I said, I've got so many things in my mind system, and getting ready to change the global metric system is it's extremely hard. So understanding the code frequencies, you have to understand that the higher self has a code frequency, but you really have to pay attention within yourself. Okay, now's the time to listen to yourself within. Okay, because you communicate with people outside. When you're talking to people, are you listening to them? Are you paying attention? Do you understand what they're saying? And if you do, that's great. Now's the time to internalize that and know within. Okay, know within. Answering yourself within. Okay, through your senses. Use all your senses. Very important. Okay, even write them down. Try to analyze and try to research. Okay, what are my senses? What do I use them for? People are saying, why do I use my senses? Right? Your senses are very important because they connect on all arounds when you come to space and discovery systems, when it comes to time frequency levels of vortex divisions, when you're going through teleportation systems. Anything through energy of teleportation, anything through energy of telecommunication, anything through energy of transference, anything through deportation, anything through the analytical graphing mind computer system. All these things are connected through balance of alignments every single day when you wake up. Okay? So every day you wake up, it's a reflection of a higher self of you. You've always had it. Okay? Now's the time to remember everything. Right? Channel up. Raise that vibration. And feel great about yourself. You know? The more you love yourself, love thyself, the more you love everything around you. And everything around you will change. If you change yourself within, everything around you will change without. That I promise you. Because you are its connection when it comes to its mortal thoughts. Okay? Not the thinkings, the thoughts. Okay? Thinking, you have to understand, because the human brain for so long in the 3D has been nothing but thinking about thinking thoughts, right? I don't want to think my thoughts anymore. I just want to think my thoughts of knowing and doing and going, right? You want to go, 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 right? You don't want to think of something, right? If you're thinking of something, you're hesitating. If you're not sure about it, that's totally fine too. But with the mind, it only moves forward. Okay? That's why force recognizes everything through its communication. Okay? Now, I like to bring one step forward is when you get into the higher self through the mind system, because it's mind over power, power over mind, power over the mind conceptual system through circuit G levels of all energy vibration systems, through your perceptions, your audios, and all connections when it comes to communications of dimensional set point activation code systems. Okay? Because everything you relate to outside is a code frequency. You just have to understand the energy of its intelligence. That's how you communicate through the mind system, right? So it's all propaganda, it's all, you can think of it as hypothetical until you actually believe in what you're doing. Okay? That's what you have to get beyond the human thinking. And I was out today, and there's so many people with the COVID-19. It's unbelievable because they're misunderstood. They don't understand what's going on. So the first thing they think is, oh, am I going to die? Or, what am I going to do next? I got to wear my mask, got to wear my gloves. That's human thinking. So everything that they give to them, either they're watching their videos of what's going on or they're not paying attention. Okay, they're saying, oh, am I going to be next? This is scary. It's scary because you're thinking with the human brain. Think of it as a psychological system. It's a symptom. It's hypothetical. Okay? That's all it is. And I got to keep saying this to you over and over and over and over. That's why everybody's given time to figure out who they are. Once you understand who you are, you can start loving yourself more. Ryan, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Wow. How's it going? My goodness. Long and behold. It's good to see you. So anyway, just keep your positive systems going. Keep your love cycles going. Keep those energy forces going. Keep everything through yourself going. Okay, because your life stream, your life system, your love cycles, your love system, everything around you should be love, 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 love. Even if you have a bad day, you can meditate and you can change that. You have to understand that archangels and angels, Father and Mother, myself, are there for you every single day. And this can help you in so many ways and forms like you wouldn't believe. Energy goes into you through the fifth dimensional activation codes. I guarantee you're going to understand it a little bit more. Okay? Energy goes into three dimensionals for centuries and centuries and years and years and years and years. They don't understand it. And like I said, it's not goosebumps. It's energy. It's thought processing. Okay? Like I say again, your thoughts do not come from you. Your thoughts come from space. Plain and simple. Okay? And that's all connected through the electrical system of your higher self. That's all it is. Okay? That's how you're connected through a computer. I know it's hard to say, whoa, I'm a computer. Yes, you are. So it's all about upgrading your systems. Okay? It's all about researching your device systems. It's all about connecting through your energy vibration systems. All these are connected through your rotation of your gamma ray systems, your communications, right? Everything's communication. Once you understand your frequency level of energy, of vibration, you understand the higher self is there for you every single day. Every single day. Okay? So reflect on what's going on through its mirror and know yourself more. Okay? That's what it is. And it's not thinking, it's knowing. Okay? I know it's extremely hard because it's mind power. And the mind power is so powerful when it takes over everything else. Because the mind takes over the body. Okay? It takes over everything. And that's what makes it amazing, because your thoughts, like I said, once you transfer your lights and your thought processing systems, it goes into the magnetic forcing highway information system, okay, which is a new highway system. Okay, just imagine it's a magnetic energy field and it's going around like this. Okay? And every time you put your thoughts out through your voice and grids, it answers back. And say, okay, what do you want? Do you want a prayer? Do you want energy put into you? Right? And energy travels through cycles, through centers. Now, it's all about understanding how to open your energy centers, how to open your portals, how to open your divisions, how to open your dimensions. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? Because we're all connected once we get into formation systems of alignments through the 5D. So it's all about remembering skills, like I said. Okay, because the higher self communicates with nothing but energy, vibration, and frequency. Okay, and then you get into the harmonics. Harmonics is this division to all planets of energies, because you can communicate on all levels of distance. Okay. But understanding your mind capacitor system, okay, you're going to be able to understand people a lot more with your communication levels. Okay. And you'll be getting less in trouble with that because they say, whoa, like, I don't understand. If you don't understand and you approach somebody, you're going to feel kind of embarrassed, right? But knowing what they're thinking is knowing what they're saying. That's telekinesis. That's mind over matter, right? So, like I said, everything is misunderstood until it's stood, and then it's understanding, and then it's forming, and then it's aligning, okay? And then you get into the human content, okay, of your vibration, because everything resides when it comes to emotion, especially when you get into the simulation, because it's so sensitive. Your energy fields are so sensitive. When you see a three-dimensional body, you say, whoa, that's a low energy. I got to uprise my division through energy force because I can't relate to that person because they're on a low diameter switch system, okay, of activation codes, right? So it's understanding how to communicate with your pixels from one to another. Like, they're lasers. You don't see it because you're not in this provision through its gamma ray system. You're not into the line frequency levels of balance yet. Once you see that, then you see the lasers come out. You see the alignments. You see the voicing grids, the letters, numbers, and shapes. You'll see the rotations of objects, things, places, energy fields, right? It's powerful, powerful stuff when you go. It's not just going way beyond the mind system, okay? It's becoming everything of thoughts, feelings, doings, seeing, hearing, tasting, okay? Your senses, people, okay? That's the upgrading centers that you use every single day through your senses. Some are 5, some are 6, right? The more you get your senses up, the more you upgrade your centers through rotation systems, through your body frequency level systems. And that's how you change everything through your waving pattern systems. Now, it's extremely complicated because once you understand multi-languages, try to understand communications with yourself. Try to voice your opinion. Now is your time for everybody to be seen. Now, what I mean by seen is to see yourself as a higher self and say, wow, this is incredible. I feel amazing. I can actually hear the communication levels, signals of the higher self. I can understand my perceptions. I understand what he or she is saying. And that higher self will do nothing but bring you forward. It won't bring you back. It will bring you forward. Okay? And that's why there's no problem. The only time you have a problem is if you don't understand interforce connections of other people through relationship and partnership. That can be worked out through upgrading systems through your new chakra system, because the chakra system is the voicings of its communication levels when it comes to dimensions of colorations, 3 pixels. Because everything to your body is connected. It's an hydraulic system. It's a telegraphing waving system, okay, that connects to the gamma ray systems of 5D. Okay, I say 5D, but I'm not in the 5D. When you become where I'm at, then you understand what's going on through vibration. Okay, because everything is communication. It's getting up to that top of that pyramid, right? You start at the bottom, you work your way up, right? And remember the diamond and you in the center, cross-reference. Portal activation to a plasmesium or a plasma force recognition system. The acceleration mode will change your Mach-E systems to higher vibration and wiry systems. Now, when I say wiry, I always like to give examples. Wiry is understanding the sensitivity of its vibration through its human of its behavioral system, because the vocabulary system has to understand the voicing grids of shapes, letters, and numbers. So the more you high rise through your divisions, the more your sensitivity high rises through your vibrations of its energy. Okay? So there's a lot to learn, but that's the beautiful thing, is because you can help each other out. You can help yourself. If you can help yourself and know everything within yourself, you can help others through communication. You say, well, this is where I'm at. If you want my help, I'm here to help you. That's love. Okay? And like I said, don't think of yourself. Think of yourself as love. And then you can love everything without. Okay? There's a lot of things. If you change everything within of your love cycle, everything around you will change through its community of your friends and loved ones and families. Very, very powerful stuff when you go through the love of light. Because nothing can destroy that. Nothing can destroy your love of light. You know? So I hear the layers in your communication. Yep. Communication levels, that's very important. But it's understanding when your voice and grids are connecting, you are connecting through the solar systems. Everything is you. When you put your voice out there, I'll say that again, it vibrates into space. Every planet vibration of intelligence, of energy, hears your voice. Okay? That's how powerful your thoughts are through your voicing grids. Once you understand your voicings are matrix voicing grid systems, then you understand E equals MC squared through your body division. It's just really trying to understand your communications, okay, with your body level systems. Okay? Body system, body eco, body simulator, body modulator. Then you get into space modulator. There's so many upgrades that you guys have to go through the galactic force. Okay? And everything is done through communication of energy of intelligence. Okay? And like I said, all this is done through the mind. Right? So if you have troublesome, you got to ask yourself, why am I not moving forward? And I'll say that again. It's because you're still thinking with the brain. Even if you're thinking with the mind of the brain, but you're still in dimensional earth, you're still going to have a problem. Your mind has to have its acceptance of knowing that it can become limited to anything it sees and fears. It goes beyond anything through the mind. And then it becomes mindless. And then it becomes knowing of everything through its mindfulness. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's enhancing those moments. It's bringing up those love cycles, bringing up those energies, vibrations, and frequencies and harmonics, energy, intelligence, simulation, line signals, airwaving patterns, perceptions, your audio signals, your energetic wavings of communication levels when it comes to interforce connections. All these things are connected as one. You are one unity of consciousness, of one alignment system that is all connected through its dimensional earth system. That's how everybody's connected. So, but that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's going up those layers in communication of vibration, energy, and frequency. So, but just concentrate on that, and I think you're going to do great. I think you're going to do fantastic, and just travel with your thoughts, and just force everything. Bring it forward, right? Forward is where you want to go with everything through its awareness, because the most important thing that you want to do is to bring up your conscious levels. That's the most important thing, because the more you raise your conscious levels, the more you're rising your energy, the more you rise in your vibration and the frequencies of its mind, its heart, and its soul. So, does anybody have any questions they'd like to know about? Anything at all relating to what's going on? I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention and know how powerful you guys are as lights. Kitty Cat, how you doing? And remembering that everybody is connected to a higher self, right? These are pattern divisions. You have to understand your rotation systems through its energy of its centers. Okay, an energy center, okay, is understanding your communications through your voicing grids. Okay, so when you channel your divisions through a voicing grid, you're using a shape, letter, or number, and you're communicating with different dimensions of simulation through the matrix. Now, it's extremely complicated stuff, but that's what it is. The universe is very mystical. It's mystery. And that's the beautiful thing. But once you go beyond the mind system, you see everything. But you have to have balance. Because force of everything is you. It's understanding how to get that balance of its force within. You have to get your communication of force within of everything. Through its mind capacitors, through its heart's recognitions, anything through the hydraulics, okay? Because everything through the mind, the heart, and the soul is a portal. Plain and simple. It's code frequencies that are connected through energy, vibration, and frequencies. Okay? Your energy, your thought, your vibration, your heart, and your 4 atmospheres. Fire, water, earth, and air. Okay? You have to communicate on all those levels every single day through the higher self. Okay? That's where you get into the traveling mechanisms. Like I say, well, I'm going in south wind, I'm going in north wind, I'm going northwest, southeast wind. That's understanding you're communicating on all levels through communication of GPS location signals. So like I said, you can be in a higher self and travel so fast through Maching speed, through acceleration motions, you understand your communications of your atom. Because every time you communicate through your perceptions, your atom changes its coloration pattern. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Now, let's go through the red, because red seems very strong on a white graphing board system with electronic interference. Remember, this is all past stuff into its presence. So think of this as a reflection, okay, but it's not the past, it's its presence into its future. Okay, so I'm trying to relieve everything from the past because I've let go of my past. You have to let go of the past of its timeline, its old timeline. Everything has its relation, okay? But in reference, if you understand why you had a past, why you have a presence, and am I going to have a future, okay? You can't say that. See how I just changed there? I just wanted to show you how you can change quickly, okay? Everything has to be positive in all sequences when it comes to 3 alignments of planet systems that you reside on, okay? I had a past, I'm living the present, and I have a future. Do you see the difference there? Do you see how it went low grade and then it went back up again? That's changing your mining system every single second of every day, okay? So it's a vocabulary system that understands its analogical graphing mind system. Okay, it was great to see you, Ryan. Yeah, no problem. But like I said, I haven't seen you in a while, but you're not in your body simulator, eh? You're still in the 3-dimensional vibration system. Everybody's been going into the 5th dimensional activation codes because it's extremely powerful through vibration, through the weather patterns. So I recommend you go to my PayPal account so I can upgrade you into your body simulator. I've healed a lot of souls, and they understand once they go through upgrading systems. When you go through my PayPal, I go through all your divisions right away, through your protection divisions. Everything through communication is your energy field. You have to understand your recognition soul systems, which is its connection of the higher self, because you have to understand your communications, right? Because I haven't seen you in a while, right? Like you've gone off the grid, you know? I haven't seen you in a while, so it's good to see you, but it's better to see you more, right? Because you have to understand the informations, because the informations are getting stronger through its wind force and connections right now. Because that 5th activation code system, those videos are going to go through transformation lights, through all communications, through the vocabulary systems. And everybody has to get connected. And they have to understand their analytical graphing system of its mind through its web graphing system. Okay? So if you get a chance, you can go through my PayPal account, or you can go through my email if you need any upgrades. But I'm just saying, it's very important to understand this, because if you stay in a balance for too long and you don't uprise, it's going to deharmonize your heart system, plain and simple. Okay? So it's all about getting your upgrade systems every single time. Okay? So when something is blown out like a fuse, you change the fuse, right? Okay? Or you get a better fuse, like you for a light, you can use 40 watts, 60 watts, 80 watts, 100 watts, 120, 140, depending on where your location system is through electrical light system, right? Everything is an upgrade, and it's very important that you guys get your data processing uplinking systems every single time through communication from time to time, okay? So it's very important to understand that. So basically, you go into this transformation light system, communication through the mind. We'll go through that again. All right. Off when this cycles, for all communication. Okay, so that's you, right? Now everything around you is the simulation. Once you're in the 5D. Okay, you're in the 5D now. Okay, simulation 5D, everything around you through its inner force. The inner force and the outer force is a simulation. Simulation knows everything through communication, right? So it's very important you understand how to connect through the simulation line signals. Okay, so the only way to do that is to understand the mind system, plain and simple, and where it connects. What dimension is it at? Okay, so basically, let's say you have a tree. It's a beautiful day. You see a tree, see branches coming out, right? Like that. There's a tree, right? Now that's a tree. Now you come across that tree, you got to find out what division it is at. It's in the simulation, but what portal is it at? What communication level is that? Where's the code frequencies? How do I connect through its voicing grid? So it's understanding the mind system through the mind system of a tree, because everything through communication is energy, vibration, and frequencies through its harmonics. Everything is in its division when it comes to space and time. So basically, the tree will go in and out. And once it comes into focus, it will disappear. Then you understand where it is at its division through the simulation. So when things disappear, you got its rotation system of its speed, right? I did that with the car. When the car goes and then it disappears. Now you think it's gone, but it's not. It's in your perceptions, and you see it through its center of its atom, because you understand the coloration through its division. So now you understand its energy, of its frequency, of its vibration to its harmonic system. Okay, so it's all about understanding how to communicate with the mind system, and always informs through the vibrational panels of voicing grids. Okay, so now you understand communications of its tree. All right. That's a little pet peeve. I think everybody, you can get into that when you go into your graduations of your upgrading systems through its body systems, because the body systems had so many upwinding cycles through its transformations of its lights. So when you get into your fifth activation codes, and I keep saying that is because everybody's going to go into it. Everybody's going to go into the fifth dimension. Okay? The density light system, okay, is going to be in its balance of its love cycle. So it's expanding your horizon of your heart for the very first time. So what that means is that you're aligning shift. Think of that, you going through a galaxy systems so fast into space and time through a body alignment shift, through a spiritual infusion. Okay? And that paradigm shift is going to put your body shift into balance of its alignments. Surfing, how you doing? Okay? So it's very important to really understand of what is happening. Okay? I want everybody to really, really understand that. Because the most important thing that you can have with yourself is knowing your heart, knowing the mind, and knowing the soul. You start off with that. Now, when you approach somebody and you say, whoa, what level is your heart at? Well, it's on a kinetic energy waving patterns right now. The electronic force is a little bit low, but I can understand its communications when I wake up through the vocabulary system. And that's communications with the heart. Now you understand what division you are through a dimension, because you're talking on so many different levels of communication through the heart. Okay? That's understanding that I just communicated with 14 planets in seconds. 14 planets in space, all communication line signals through the mind system, communicating with the heart in seconds. Imagine what you can do with the mind. Imagine what you can do with the soul. Okay? That's going beyond existence of all communications of frequencies, energies, and vibrations through their harmonic systems. Okay? It's your human behavior of yourself. It's the location, energy centers of yourself. Okay? That's what's going to keep you through its upgrades and its force recognitions of you, your higher self of you, your reflection of you. Right? That will force wind everything through its program and system into the proactive system. Okay? So never doubt yourself. Always rely on yourself of who you are every single day, knowing how powerful you can be through communication of energy, of intelligence. Okay? So, and like I said, my messages are going to get more powerful every single day because everybody has to understand more communications with themselves, right? And like I said, there's not too many people that know how to communicate with their body, communicate with the mind, and communicate with the soul. They out to force their connections through vibrations, but they have no clue what they're doing. And that's what gets them in trouble. That's what gets them in communication levels of interference, of disruption. It's very important to understand that your self-dichotomy is your ego. How do we get that balance every single day through its center, right? It could be over here, or it could be over here, or it could be over here, or it could drop, or it can high rise. It all depends on where you want to be through your love system. Ask yourself, when you wake up, how much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself to move forward, or do you love yourself not to move forward, but figure out what you want to do next? Right? Try to figure that out, you know? Because thinking becomes knowing, knowing becomes doing. Okay? Peter, how's it going? I'm understanding the rising harmonics. I'm driving all this, and that's great. That's good. That's good. Your adaptations are coming more clear now because it's not just paying attention, but all communications comes from the mind, heart, and soul. Okay? When you're out of its mind, okay, not when you're on a dimensional earth through a human of a brain, okay, because now you're communicating on a lower frequency level. Okay? The higher frequency levels is higher intelligence of energy through frequencies of harmonics. Plain and simple. But it's amazing to know that you can actually communicate with 25, 30 things in seconds just through communications through the mind, the heart, and soul. It's extremely powerful stuff. Okay? So it's kind of like your mind is seeing and it's knowing right away. And it knows exactly what it's doing. And it knows exactly how to heal, right? Because it does its scanning up and down, right? Through electronic interference, right? You guys will get a better understanding when you get into your fifth activation code system through the acting cycles of its dimensional earth. When you get into your 5 activations as infusions, you're going to understand more communications with its earth. And say, whoa, I understand what Andrew's talking about now. Now I know why the dimensional earth had to be healed. Because you're going to foresee it of its future. And that's going to make you higher in division. Knowing that wow, this is the future. As you're not, if you don't understand it, you're not communicating with the mind system. You're communicating with the brain, trying to figure out what the mind is saying. Okay? The mind doesn't say, the mind does. The brain says. The mind does. You see the difference? That's the understanding the intelligence of the brain in the human vessel and the mind conceptual system of the higher self. Okay? Know yourself inside and out. Plain and simple. The yin and yang. That's all it is. And you're probably asking, why? What does yin and yang mean? It represents in so many ways and forms, but it all comes together as one. Okay? One. Unity of consciousness, of alignments, of one line signal. We are all connected. It's hard for everybody to understand that. You have a mind system that's different from everybody else. Okay? You have a balance system that's different than everybody else. But you have a communication line signal that is connected to everyone. Very, very, very powerful stuff when you get connections of space and time, because that's what it is, right? It's the connection to everything. So try to answer yourself through energy. Try to understand your volumes of vibrations through the human habits behavioral systems, through the pixel activation code systems. I know it gets extremely complicated. And then try to understand your frequencies through your sonic divisions when it comes to your scanning mode systems. Okay? Now, you're thinking, Peter's understanding me more is because he's watching me more. He wants to learn. He wants to know what's going on. He's paying attention. He's listening. He's upgrading. And he's feeling better about himself. I upgraded his system. But the thing is, he wants to nourish everything inside him. He wants to feel great every day knowing that, wow, I have this amazing mind that I can use that I didn't know I had. Okay? Knowing that you have that power conception of its heart and how you can have a relationship, a partnership with your soul. Okay? Which is its spiritual realm of infusion. Okay, it's a light communication of a higher self. That's what the soul is. Okay, that's what your soul is. Okay? The soul is very hard to identify. The heart is very hard to identify. The mind is very hard to identify. But until you understand the identification of you, then you understand everything around you. Okay? It's knowing the communications with yourself. Okay? Everybody has trouble with themselves. Right? Physically, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. And believe me, the people that meditate, they understand. They know. Even when you're light formation, they still know. Okay? That's the beautiful thing. Because they love themselves. They love their community. Right? Now, you could be angry about that, but what are you angry of? Is this helping? Or is it not helping? These are things you don't ask yourself. These are things you already know. Okay? So you have to let it go through conversations. Now, this is more understanding energy frequencies and when it comes to vibration. Okay? So it's all about the internal of you. Okay? Really, really trying to absorb everything inside you. Okay? You have to go beyond everything. Everything that the mind sees, the communications of its heart, and following the path of your higher self, of the recognition, illumination, light, communication, light signals to its soul. Okay? So in retrospect, all these things are going to help you with your alignments every single day when you communicate with anybody around you. Not only that, but you're going to understand how to understand what's going on through them. And say, whoa, I understand this person a lot better now. This is amazing. Okay? Meditation. Everything starts with meditation. The basic thing. Right? Your voicing grids. Breathing. Oh my gosh, everybody has to breathe. Right? Breathing is more important than anything else. That uprises your divisions, okay? And what that does, it just opens up everything. It opens up your pores. It opens up your voice. It channels everything through the heart, okay? You can't ignore the mind. You can't ignore the heart. And you can't ignore the communications of its soul. If you stop doing that, you'll see a huge change in your force. The force in, the force out. Okay? And then you understand yourself more within. The answering patterns, the problem of his existence. If you keep that problem inside, are you communicating with the mind, the heart, or the soul? And that's why there's conflictions. That's why there's distressing levels, right? That's why there's problems. That's why there's arguments. That's why there's depression, right? Now, communicating within is knowing yourself within. Okay? This is an extremely, extremely personal message. Now, this is coming from the gods of its love. Okay? Everything through communication is you. Everything through balance is you. Everything through force recognition of your higher self of communication is you. Right? Try to get that focus. Say, whoa, this is amazing. I understand the awareness. I'm really understanding the subconscious of its conscious to its super of its conscious to superhuman to higher self. And believe me, once you get to higher self, everything's a piece of cake. As long as you keep your balance every single day with energy, vibration, and frequencies through their harmonic systems. Okay? It's all about going up those levels each day. Okay? Because every day is a different day. There's never a day that's the same. It can't exist. It doesn't exist. Right? Now I'm talking about 24/7. You can't do something in that same day. There's a different day because it's different energy of communication through vibration signals. Okay? So knowing that, are you communicating in the past of its presence? Now this is where it gets complicated. You guys got to really understand this. This is really, really powerful stuff when it comes to the psychological system. Because now I'm communicating through the psychological system, through the spiritual system. Those are the most powerful, powerful alignments that you can have. Okay? Through the transmission lights, which is this third eye. Okay? When you wake up every morning, I like to say this because it happens every single day. Are you thinking with your thoughts of its past to its presence, of knowing its future? Because everything through your thoughts of what you're recognizing through your positive or your negative systems. Okay? So ask yourself that. All right? If you think positive and always informs when you get up, I guarantee you your life will change through everything, through its thoughts. Because you could be thinking of your thoughts. Your thoughts are very powerful. You just have to put them in your mind. Okay? Because they're positive and negative every day. The negative is the ego. The positive is the light. Okay? It's extremely, extremely powerful, powerful meditation, people. Okay? Yeah, it's the clarity. Exactly, that's what it is. But you can have thought problems or thought processing systems through your analytical mind graphing systems or your web graphing, depending on where you go through location. But what I'm saying is practice your thoughts on what you say every single day. Because as soon as you put a negative thought, even by mistake, if you say it by mistake, try to meditate and get it out of your system. Because if it stays in the archive meditation system, it's going to change your thought processing systems through your voice and grids. And that's going to change your whole day. Okay? Because you have to understand your thoughts are its connection through its atmospheres. It's waves, people. Okay? It cycles. It goes on so many frequency levels of vibration through dimensions. And we talked a little bit more about dimensions and portals and activations and co-frequencies. Right? We talked a little bit more about shapes, letters, and numbers. But how important is for you to think of your thoughts in positive feeds, positive modes, positive system, positive energy. I'm going to live a positive energy day system today. I feel great today. I feel fantastic. I feel tremendous. I feel outstanding. right? That's the problem with people, is that you can't balance your thoughts. And that's why you can't understand the community around you. Because once you put a negative system, you have a job, right? You have to understand your energy. Your energy feels. You're going to work. You had a bad day. You're going to have a bad day because now you're thinking negative. And it connects through all atmosphere systems, through the hydraulics of its energy of vibration, through the simulation. You don't know you're in the simulation because you're in a three-dimensional body system, right? Communication has to change, people. And that's how we communicate better, with alignments. So once we go through line sequences, everybody's connected, but you have different balance of frequencies through vibration. So really, really concentrate on your thoughts every single day. Okay? Even if you have a bad day, because I have bad days, but I take it out right away. Because if I leave it in my system, it's going to connect to all realms and it's going to create everything in space. And I can't do that, right? I can't do that because everybody in the entity, force, energy, communication, and intelligence knows who I am. Okay? If I can change weather patterns through communication at dimensions, if I can voice grids everything through wall graphing systems, if I can change the gravity system through ground systems, imagine what I can do with the atmospheres of dimensional Earth. It's all about your thoughts, people. Because you create your own system through the mind. And that's how everything is created. It's all universal. It's all kinetic. It's all it is energy, frequencies, and vibration, people. That's all it is. That's all it is. And everything through your thoughts and your hearts. Okay? I know it's extremely hard to get the balance alignments, right? But how important is for you, okay, to keep yourself going forward, all right? 2 negative systems back, 1 positive forward. No. 5 positive systems forward, 2 negative systems back. See the difference? The waking cycles, the positive will always take over the negative, depending that you have your balance every single day when it comes to communications of the mind, the heart, and the soul. Because they all have to recognize each other through its elements. The 3 elements are the most important thing through your body. And that's the listening skills. And this is coming from meditation. Like I said, understand communication where you are. You can mean anything through division of dimension, through planets of energy of intelligence. Okay? You guys are going to go a little bit, whoa, okay, I'm communicating with this, I'm communicating with that. How do I get my balance? Okay? Try to understand what the higher self is through communication. Okay? If you start thinking of the human vessel and you're in this simulation of 5D, you're never going to understand communication of energy. You have to communicate through the higher self of 5D, because that's the only way you can force recognize anything through communication of vibration. Right? Because everybody has reacting signals through their body septical systems. They get pain everywhere, pain in the head, pain in the arms, pain in the legs, pain in the feet. You have to understand communication, everything through your body. If it's through the feet, it's communications of grounds through Mother Nature, Mother Earth, right? If it's here in the heart, your heart's trying to communicate with you, right? So you really have to understand how to communicate within, right? If you get any headaches in the head, your mind is trying to tell you, don't do this. Move forward. Get your higher self out there. Get off your butt. I just wanted to add that in, but I can be precocious sometimes too, right? I can be laughable. I find myself, I still have that humorness about me. I mean, I'm not human. I'm mortal, but I have still problems with the physicality, when it comes to physical stuff, because I'm mental, right? I have the mental psychology system, a mind system, because I am the computer programmer of Supreme Creator, right? So it's extremely hard to connect with the physical aspect of the 3-dimensional vibration, right? Because I communicate through the mind. I don't communicate with the brain. So It's a whole new process of learning. Okay, it's like at School of Earth. What was Michael talking about? You're in School of Earth. That's what it is. And you're going up your plantation formation systems through the hydraulics of your balance of your vibration, energy of communication of alignment systems. Everything is balance of yin and yang. Okay? It takes thousands and thousands of years to understand what yin and yang is. But it only takes 1 minute to understand communications of yourself. If that makes any sense. How hard is it for you to understand yourself? Like I said, that's why when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Are you happy with what you see? Are there things that you can do different? Right? These are the things you have to look at. Okay? Maybe you want to work out more. Maybe you want to, activity your motion systems more. You want to communicate on higher levels of interforce with people more. Everything is enhancements of upgrade systems, people. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's communicating with the mind for the very first time. And it's extremely, extremely hard to do. Because if you can't communicate with energy through vibration and frequencies, you're going to have an extremely hard time to communicate with the heart. Okay? So, just know that you are loved. Know that you are loved through everything around you, knowing that you're never alone. That's a lot of people say. They say they think they're alone, but they're not alone. You're never, never alone. If you want to communicate, once you understand energy, frequencies, and vibration, you can communicate with space and time. Because there's a lot of people that are alone. So they figure, okay, now I can communicate with space and time because I understand myself better. So I'm communicating on different levels. That's what it is because space and time has frequencies like you wouldn't believe through energy cycles. So we want to know how to communicate, just not with ourselves, but we also want to know that we're not just ourselves around us. There's more around us, up and below, right? Below in the sense of, understanding communications with the grounds, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, right? Most important. The atmospheres, the astral planes. These things are extremely important, especially when you're communicating every single day, when you're meditating, because your breathing exercise is very important to you. Because your voicing grids travel, believe it or not. And they automatically go into space. And they go into time. Now you got to ask yourself, when you communicate with your levels of positive and negative feeds, where are you? Are you in space and time, or are you just in time? Okay, that's where he gets confusing lining signals through simulation line system. Okay, you have to have the balance between space and time. You have to be in the center every single day. Okay, the center every single day. Right? Basically, all I want you to do is just try to do something like this. You don't have to close your eyes, but just whatever you feel comfortable with, just do this. Okay? Now you should be able to feel the energy. Okay? Now what I mean by that is understanding what's light and what's dark. Okay? Is the reference when it comes to of what's happening with your mind system. Okay? Because it's energy that's always, always there for you. All the time. So it's understanding how to communicate with yourself through its energy. How to communicate with yourself through its vibration. How to communicate with yourself with frequency levels of all communication of energy of intelligence. Okay? Yeah, it's something like that, but it goes way beyond that, yeah. Kaleidoscope is good, but see, it only goes on diameter. It only goes so far. But when you're in the higher self, you can see anything in space and time. You can travel anywhere in seconds through dimensions and portals. And like I said, planets and energy intelligence is extremely real. Extremely real. Because I am the mind now. I don't live in space. I am space. And when you become space and time, you can change anything through your thoughts. And that's how connected I am through space and time. because I know everything through energy, frequencies, and vibration, and harmonics, energy, and intelligence. So think about that. Know what I just said. Practice, practice, practice your thoughts on your positive systems. Okay? Especially when you wake up. Most important. Because when you wake up, your eyes open, right? You do your regular routine. You can do the same routine, but try to analyze your system and keep your positive feeds in there. It's going to be a great day. You can start singing, right? Everything around you through its energies, you are connected to. So everything through community, anything through work, anything through entertainment, anything that you see in front of you is going to change through energy. That's how powerful you guys are through lights. Okay? If you're negative all day, things around you will be negative. Okay? Because you're not just connecting with yourself. That means you're being selfish. You're just thinking of yourself. And like I said, you have to think of everything around you. Right? Right? Comment. Put a comment on what you see in front of you. Oh, that's amazing. Look at that beautiful dog. Oh, look at the sky. It's incredible force that's going on right now. I see the energy cycles through its colorations. I'm talking to my point of view, right? Through my recognition system, through my body simulator. But knowing how powerful you are can be through communication, right? Especially when you're talking the people that you want to relate to every single day. It's very important that you keep your heart systems up, your locations of your mind system up through its upgrades and its downloads and its uplinkings, right? And it's very, very important to understand where you are going with your spirit, your soul, your higher self, with all communications through your energy fields. Okay? So, but I think that's good, you know? I'm an hour and almost 30 minutes. Ooh, look at that. Almost 20 minutes again. Some 20 minutes ahead of time through time frequency levels of space and time, but I'm in its balance every single day through its seconds. And those seconds are per second through when you go through traveling. You get into that when you get into your 5D activation codes. You understand how to vortex through divisions of portals. Very powerful stuff. So, you know, love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed what's going on. Tomorrow's another day. Love yourself more every day. Try to use your reflections. Try to have fear of nothing. And just, you know, keep your body temple up. Eat right. And just try to communicate on higher levels of the higher self, right? Because I know a lot of people have their higher self now, but it's very important that you keep your levels of your upgrades through your frequencies, okay? Because you understand your energy patterns better and your energy centers and all your communication levels, and, you know. So now's the time to do that, okay? All right, so this is Andrew Weston, high rise in all divisions through planet energy vibration systems through its platform of its communication levels of the higher self. Calling it. Adios, everybody.